Phoenix Downs for this fight. It's very critical that Charla is alive there. Charla's level is important in the early game because of the Molestor fights. The resets are just going to start getting earlier and earlier. Just wait. I'm very good at losing 1 in 3s. It's a lot of the early game. Okay, I menued 1 up from where I expect. That'll be interesting. Griffin is the next moment that matters, I think. Actually, to be fair, this is a fight of 1 in 2. Every turn, there is a 50% chance that he casts Magic Shield. And every round that it doesn't cast Magic Shield, and Mardek hits, should be about 1 round shorter of a fight, because the 2 magic users both deal full damage. So even though I'm getting bodied here and I had to heal, this is still a much faster fight. Because of all the damage I get to sink in before the magic barrier lands. Nice hit, Donovan. Well, it wound up being about the same. It's unfortunate. Could have been faster. I think Mardek getting a hit there would have really helped. I think having to heal hurt a lot more than I thought it did. What? Oh, I haven't fought the Griffin yet. Like, shouldn't Mardek be faster than... No, I haven't fought the Griffin yet. I'm gonna be taking enemy counter damage. All the runs are starting to blend together. It's not good. Also, I'm... Oh my god. Same damn place. I'm probably not doing another run after this one, even if this resets 40 minutes in, or dies 40 minutes in. Like, I'm not sure what I'd do. I'd probably mess around with the World Saviors fight, but I don't. I'm reaching that borderline of not enough time. That means I'm gonna play this Griffin fight 4 or 5 times if I have to. Has such a weird flailing move when it goes to attack. Yes, this time loss is because of those 2 random encounters with bats. Did I get a air essence? No. What was the extra item? Oh, I got a phoenix down. Neat. It's a very helpful item to have. One of these days he's gonna get 1 round. I don't know when. I think it is possible. Yeah, I think I'm incorrect. I think it was 4 seconds, not 2 seconds for every random encounter. I think that probably does matter a fair bit. Took an extra step again. Not a big deal, but always feels bad to do. Also, it adds a little bit to my encounter risk, which means I'm slightly more likely to get into another fight. And of course, the more fights, the more time I lose, so. Come on, and don't screw me this time, please. Come on, Donovan. Try harder. Could have been worse. Not that that was very good. I am slouching. It's definitely not good posture. I'm gonna try keeping these in a stack of 5. So I think it'll make the menuing easier. The reason I definitely don't want to do that for the Alchemist Fire, the fire potions, is that the fire potions, one of them needs to be on Mardek, but the lightning potions, none of them need to be on Mardek. So I want to pick up the entire stack first, as I menu away from Mardek. Perfect moment for a drink of water, because there are no encounters in that map. Generally, if there are NPCs, there are no random encounters. There might be an important reason for that, but I don't know it. So I guess this map has NPCs. Right, it has the wandering lizards. I think that's actually the first door that you see. It's the first time that there's a crystal that's slow to get to. Okay, nearly at our next fight. This is one of the longer walking sequences in the early game, as indicated by the length between splits. That's unfortunate. A poison tick is not really the way I want to start this fight, because now Sslen'ck loses about half a second every single round. But oh well. That's how it goes. Much better than what he can potentially do, which is to poison the entire party. I'm pretty sure his poison attack has 100% hit rate for poison. So that one. Now everybody loses a second when it's their turn. Half a second. Sslen'ck, unfortunately, only has MP for one more attack. doesn't get this kill, okay, then he wasn't going to get the kill. And I think it's actually very critical that he gets this kill. Because Sslen'ck's MP or experience matters, and I think that's one of the bigger experience buffs as opposed to the Molestors. This is definitely, excuse me, one of the runs where I want to save at the warp ports. Assuming I even get there, but I should get to at least the first warp port. I can still get completely boned by the Rogue Fairy and the Pixie, of course. Fortunately, that's not super likely. Yeah, so as you can see, 2 of the members of my party have 1 health right now and are poisoned. So the reason I did a remove taint on Mardek, even though it loses time, is Mardek would be at 1 health with poisoned, and that's really bad. Because if Mardek is well, if your entire party is at 1 health with poison, then they just all die. It sucks. Okay. See you in a bit. This bit sucks for navigating because you can't see anything, and that's the point, but I still hate it. Counted too quickly. I didn't count aloud. 1, 2, 3. Like, it's not that much slower to navigate, but it requires a lot more concentration. Wow, really? That's a new one. No, please melee, thank you. $325 damage, just barely enough to one-shot Charla. Brutal. The disadvantage of mage armor, I guess. As I'm saying, it's not that slow to navigate, but it requires a lot more attention, and mistakes are much more frequent. Like, I'll take extra steps when I shouldn't. I'll run into walls for a little bit longer than I should. Yep, sorry Sslen'ck, you're living with it. Try not to get blinded by the upcoming dark side. Okay. Those are my 2 most critical party members. So, just fine with using this dark side for 2 casts. I'm still 2 rounds out. I think I'm gonna have Charla self-heal. Because that's obviously coming. It's gonna be real close. In fact, I don't think, oh well, now it's not. Please don't kill anybody. Thank you. That fight could have gone so much worse there. Like, he doesn't have the MP to use Darkside again. I know that. Molestor has MP to Darkside 5 times. I have 4 shields, I think. 4 null darks. No, I have 3 null darks. I can survive 1 full Darkside, and he can Darkside 5 times. But almost always, he's going to randomly roll either a Dark Claw or a Curse before he casts the 5th Darkside. And he has exactly the MP to cast Darkside 5 times. So, once he's cast it 4 times, and has cast something else, he can't Darkside the 5th time. So I know that I'm at least not going to get wiped there. but he can very easily take someone out with a Dark Claw or even just a physical attack. A standard physical will take someone out there. Because everybody's at half health or less. And in general, the standard physicals deal about half health at that point. So, a scary fight. Anytime I get 4 dark side casts, it's going to be a scary fight. And a lot of what made that fight scary was there a miss? I don't think there was. Why was that fight so scary? I guess it was just the 4 casts. At any rate, Mardek is 14 now, which means he can cast Null Dark instead of Heal, which is what I did last fight. Oh, it was scary because Charlotte died early. I'm going to take advantage of that single cast right now. Fine. If Donovan dies, I'm not that unhappy. Of Null Dark on the party. As scary as this is actually the best case, because if he's doing this, then he's effectively stuck in a loop where he can't do anything aside from, or he's not really damaging the party. I'm gonna have Donovan self-heal. Because again, he can cast Dark Side one more time, and if he does that, I don't want him to wipe any. I don't want him to kill anyone. I want him to just die the round after. Hoping that's enough chip damage. It is. Really good second fight, actually. Went very cleanly. I mean, you can definitely have cleaner fights, but that was pretty good. Nobody died. It's actually the most important thing, because when people die, it usually wastes a bunch of time, because there's a lot of damage that would have gone into them. Their damage and the damage of the person who has to revive them both go bye-bye. That's real unfortunate. Okay. And we are also now done with dark areas, because, God, my eyes are going to kill each other. Those suck. I hate them. I understand why they're there, but I hate them. And we have one more Molestor fight. We hit 2 switches, a purple and a blue switch. It opens the stairs I just walked across, and then we have this Molestor fight. Mardek masters Morality Block, which may not seem that critical, but I'm actually going to use that skill repeatedly, in a couple more places. And most importantly, I'm going to sell the armor, that 22,000 gold armor that the priest gave me, almost immediately, as soon as I get to the nearest shop, basically. And I want Mardek to still know the skill. So, there you go. Mardek's gonna cast Morality Block. I think it's like 4 times in every single one of the 3 fights, so he only needs 10 casts to master it. It's almost impossible for him not to master it. I think I did once have a Molestor fight where he only casted twice in that fight because the Molestor was very punchy, but that's it. So, okay, well, this is questionable. Please don't wipe my party, thank you. Good. I mean, not good, but acceptable. I'm going to take a risk. Well, despite losing a little bit of time on each fight, I actually am pretty happy with those 3 Molestor fights. Those went pretty smoothly. Okay. And now for the Mystery Man. So I'm gonna throw a Noxious Bomb. Did not sleep him, which is real unfortunate. But it does confuse him, which is good. Confusion means that first of all he picks his targets randomly, so that can happen. And second of all, it would have meant if he had kept his confusion. Oh, piss. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, Rogue Fairy Fight is the one I'm going to choose to skip. I needed that item for a while. That was a mistake. Oh well. Adaptation. Yeah, the Rogue Fairy Fight's a better choice than the Pixie fight. I really need the damage in the Pixie fight. The Rogue Fairy fight less so. Just not happy about it. Oops. Where am I going? Getting frustrated because I'm getting confused because I'm making mistakes. It's a poor combination. No. I mentioned I was getting frustrated and making mistakes. It's still happening. Alright, up to the Dream Realm. That's where we're off to. Quarry Undead absolutely was not necessary, but whatever. I did it anyways. You can't stop me. Not getting repeatedly accosted by pixies this time. Being a rebel? Yeah, sure. Alright, Meriador, then I'm gonna go to the right. Hey, 1019. Pendants. Walked a step too far down, but at least buying things in the correct speed. Let's say quickly. Free 10,000 gold for doing a fetch quest, which takes about 30 steps off the standard path, off the required path. Don't need anything else there. Here I need nightcap, another 3 lead pipes, 2 fish scales, a water essence. I feel like I have a lot of money and that's worrying. I have way too much money. Stole. I forgot to buy a stole. Not a huge deal. Just a bit dumb. It's a lot of stuff to buy. It takes a lot of attention to remember it all. And that's why having a more rigid order would definitely be useful, but that takes a while to build up. I might not even get to the point where I need that before getting a TB that I'm somewhat happy with. I want to save here actually. I'm basically planning on just finishing this run no matter how bad it ends up being, because I have about half an hour to spare and that's about as bad as it can be. So I'm going to be playing it a little bit safer than usual with regards to saves. I also sort of don't want it to PV, and wasting time by saving is a great way to guarantee that. Hey, you hit it. Fortunately, wasn't silenced. Did get put to sleep though. Welcome back, MP. Definitely gonna take another heal and another save here. I guess the save doesn't really matter. I'm doing it anyways. Aha! Okay. How kind of you. See, that's what a good roll looks like. And then you know what happens? Mardek throws this item, and it just dies. Almost. And it just dies. And it just dies. See? There. That's how it's supposed to go. Shakes head in disapproval. Taking that ether. I'm also gonna take the whatchamacallit potion, mirror elixir. Hidden water temple, because I think that is gonna save time. That strat, or at the very least be safer. And safety is something I'm absolutely happy to do this run. This music is very comforting, because I heard this a lot in Chapter 2. This is the Dungeon 2 theme. Why Dungeon 2? I have no idea, but it's what you hear in the gem caves, and trust me, I spent a lot of time resetting in the gem caves. So I got very familiar with this track. It feels very comforting to hear. Reminds me of late nights spent playing Mardek, doing routing, trying to get a good time. You're making so many assumptions there. I think they're probably all wrong. I think there's music I like better than this music, but as far as game soundtracks go, it is probably one of my favorites. But some of that is also that, as far as games go, this is one of my favorites. And those two ideas tend to go together. I thought I hit X. I guess I didn't hit X at the right time. I think I need to delay a frame at least, so that the X press goes through before I buffer back to the left. I don't know, the Gunpoint soundtrack is also pretty high on my list of favorites. Williamson, actually that reminds me, did you ever get around to playing more Gunpoint? I don't recall ever seeing you go live with that, but that doesn't mean that you didn't go live with one title and change to another. Not really the best time to ask a question because I have to do a bunch of menuing right now, but... Maybe not. Yeah, I know you played some of it. I was wondering if you finished it. Yeah. That was the question. No is a perfectly acceptable answer. I just wanted to know if I'd missed it. Here's the swap. I'm gonna have Solar heal this round. Because I think that his spirit grafts are now considerably less valuable. Justification is if I get a kill here. It's not what I meant to do. This is definitely the strat I had before. Nothing new. Friday and Saturday off. Wow. Getting actual breaks in the month of insanity. I assumed you were on 24/7, given how much you seem to be worried about it. So that saves a round, which is a not insignificant amount of time. I think it's an oversight. Manager somehow missed someone on the schedule and went, yeah, we don't need you, we're totally gonna be fine. Weekends on a Friday? Oh, good. I thought weeks ended on Saturday, but pardon me for being Jewish. No, God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. Christian calendars have the weekend on a Sunday. Week starts on a Monday. What crazy religion are you talking about where weeks end on Friday? For your job. Okay, your job is a sufficiently crazy religion. I buy it. I don't stream only in the mornings, but I'm apparently only awake in the mornings anymore because welcome to the wonders of a sleep schedule. I'm planning on getting back to evening streams soon. Unfortunately, I don't have the time right now. Unless you want me to stream while being extremely tired. Which I would really rather not. In the Hebrew calendar, weeks end on Saturday, because God made the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested, and that day is Saturday. Fun when tired? Yeah, but my speedruns are really terrible. Saturday, Friday, because why be normal? Yeah, I can understand. All the companies want to do it their own fancy way. The fun of being sleep deprived is different than the fun of being sane. I know. My hope is that by the end of this week, I'll be sufficiently shifted in my sleep schedule that I can stream in the evenings again, but we'll see. It sometimes is very hard to actually shift. Giggly. Yeah, that happens after the, like, miss the night of sleep. I'm not really planning on doing that anytime soon. This fight always goes 2 rounds these days. I don't know how you're gonna make me miss a night of sleep, but yes. If something happens and I miss a night of sleep, and then for some reason I decide to stream afterwards, I get a little bit... hyper isn't the right word. Just, I mean, giggly is the right word. Randomly find things funny and laugh at them. Because sleep deprivation is funny, apparently. Sleep deprived is the right word, yes. I get very sleep deprived. Do I need to take a heal here? I don't. I never do. Only reason I would is if Solar was low on MP, and I don't think he is. Okay. Pokemon, 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 Pokemon. Pokemon, Pokemon, sadness. Is basically what I interpreted from that. Am I spot on? That actually is a relevant thing to equip, because it means that this fight's a little bit cleaner. Skip. Kill. Just guarantees that 1000 damage. That's a great link, MP. Hello. That is a very long question. This might take a while to read. How am I able to fly? No clip. Earlier build. How do I get internal panel information? Also from an earlier build. They're called a PDB, which is, wait. What does it even stand for? I don't know. It's a certain type of file which gets published along with your program that gives you the names of functions and all public variable names. Plans for spreadsheet public. Which spreadsheet? The panel information spreadsheet? I wasn't planning on it, but definitely could. There isn't that much that's really interesting there, but... Oh no, that spreadsheet is going to be public. No, the point of that spreadsheet is to be published to speedrunners, so definitely that's going to be public eventually. Yeah. No, I just wanted it to be private while I was still playing with it, but yeah, there's no reason that wouldn't be public. A bunch of those guide videos. I'm not sure which videos you're talking about. Unless you're talking about Jellyfish's guide, which I didn't think was public, so I guess you'd have to be in the speedrun Discord. Yeah, no, I mean, adding the snipes. No, I think the original point of that sheet was to be public. It just has been private just because we're still working on it, but you could definitely make it public as a work in progress. I just don't know how useful it is. I mean, the main goal of that sheet was to get information documented to write the automatic guide. But there's also information in there that's going to be useful just to runners, so that they can look at it and go like, what are the panels that I have to worry about for X characteristic or Y characteristic, or also a way for us to keep documented things like, yeah, what are all the known snipes and such. It is in ways convenient to have a master list of panels, especially since sniping is basically the only glitch, well, exploit that we really have for panels. So the idea of where can this be sniped from is basically the only thing we need to document for each panel, aside from a handful of other useful speedrun tricks, but none of them are fundamentally skips. So having that written down somewhere I think is good, and unlike Talos, which is building a wiki, I think a spreadsheet's probably good enough for this game, because there aren't that many things for each panel. Like, we don't need to list all the mechanics that are used in the solution for the panel, because you know them, you've played the game. It's a very long distance without a fight. It's very good. Archive Twitch videos as split script. Oh, yeah. Those weren't really guides, but sure, that is me talking about how I do things, so yeah, I guess. I see what you mean. I am not going to worry about these M shields. I don't think they matter. I may regret this decision. But I don't think that I will. Okay. Disable more time here. Because Solar can do a magic attack. Ah. I see why that might be confusing. Fair enough. Yes, I was working on a witness guide, but the... Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, we can have an audio log page. That's also not a big deal. Okay, unfortunately did not master what is it? That, yeah, I'm one off. So I can do that in this upcoming fight. I'm gonna lose a bit of time for it, but that's okay. Or I can just do that. Problem solved. No longer have Friday. That was fast. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really have the most consistent stream schedule right now. It's also because I don't have the most consistent sleep schedule right now. Once that stabilizes, my stream schedule should as well. The plan is to be streaming in the evenings at like 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. whenever in Europe. Nope, not there yet. Do the things with the stuff. The other things with the other stuff. Someone happened. Wow, that's a weird way of phrasing it. Lost a little bit of time there because of the drain health that I missed, but it's okay. Saved a bunch of time on the Master Stone for some reason, so I guess just better movement, definitely better encounter luck. I would believe that. Right, I want this. Well, despite the terrible start to this run, that was extremely frustrating, it seems to be going okay. But there's still a lot of really bad stuff that can happen. Teasing, oh, you too. Yeah, Walma had a list of durations, I think, and that should be possible to get out of the game files. I also want to look into doing actual extraction of the audio logs. Like, a bunch of people have extracted all the sound files, but the game doesn't use a standard sound format. It uses OGG with some custom data. So it would be worth it to try and figure out what that custom data is and make sure we're stripping the right amount of it out. I also want that because there are things that I would love to have the true sounds for. Blue, then white, then green, then Water Guardian. Look up, down, left, right, where is it? I don't know. Well, it would be audio logs and all the other sound files. The things that I want are the panel sounds. Because I want them for the Random Witness Puzzles project. But when I tried to pull them last time, they had the same corruption that everyone notices, and it bothered me. Oops. I mean, the names themselves are going to be something good enough to start with. Like, Walma's list is accurate. I wouldn't wait for me to do work. I can always synchronize what I have with what you have. That's not actually very hard to do. Okay. Come here, Emila. Die, please. Just want to make it harder? Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm a capable individual. That's the scary one. Deals half health. Yep. Doesn't really matter, but it is kind of a waste of time. Speaking of wastes of time, not what I meant to do. I haven't started on damage at all. Wow! That's surprising. Shouldn't really matter, but wow, that's not what I was expecting to have happen. Sure, wild gold splits for no apparent reason. Hello, Clavis. Please go away. Adorable is not usually a word I associate with typo, but... Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Whoopsie. Mistakes were made. Yeah, this has been a fairly sloppy run so far. Like, the play... I'm getting good fights, but the actual route... The actual play quality is pretty low. Not super happy about that, but I might have to live with it anyways. Because that's what it means to have a 3-hour game that's full of RNG. The longest cutscene in the game. And it's less than 30 seconds. Safety saves. All the safety saves. That's the last trip through the warp port I have to take. Almost. I take 4 total. Fire Temple. Let's go. Walk all the way there. Who's ready for another really long walking segment? Because unfortunately there's no world in which I'm ever going to fight the Fire Guardian early. Because I don't have Meriador. Is that true? I don't have Meriador's Sleeping Dust. That's honestly the only reason. If I had Meriador's item, then I could potentially fight the Fire Guardian and the World Saviors early, but also that seems like a really terrible idea, so... But there's a chance that it would be worth doing. The main issue is you need Pixie Dust for it. And aside from the Rogue Fairy and the Pixie, there isn't really a way to get those. I guess I could take the Pixie fight in the Dreamwood and then craft it early. It just seems like such a terrible idea. It would save me a revisit. Yeah, that's great. I know. I'm not super worried about this revisit, because you barely enter the volcano before in the initial bit when you fight the tortured soul. Like, you just barely enter the volcano, and so it wouldn't really save that much time to go up here, and it would honestly lose time because you're so underleveled. The only reason to do it, to enter the volcano early, is if you need the red switch, and I honestly don't think I do, so... There's a bunch of higher quality items hidden behind the red switch. You're supposed to get them later, but I don't need them, so... Alright, so I'm going to be trying the swap to the World Saviors fight. But that's like 10-20 minutes away. I just think it'll be more consistent. I think with more consistency I can play more aggressively, and when I can play more aggressively, well, the fight goes faster. What the red switch was for? Yeah. The red switch is, there's also a red switch in the Sandflow Caves that I don't hit, so you don't get to see it. And both of those are for optional items, optional endgame, well, not endgame, but higher quality items. So if you want to take the time, to, I don't need to do anything, that's the whole point. If you want to take the time to do some extra walking, you can have a slightly safer fight. That's the goal of it. And now, the very heavy RNG portion of the run. So much like the escape sequence in Chapter 2, there are going to be unskippable fights in a little bit. And I'm pretty well geared right now that most of these fights are going to be very, very fast. But they're still not instantaneous, and you still pay the time of entering the fight and leaving the fight, seeing the victory screen. So it's definitely worth it for me to get an encounter that I can run from beforehand. Well, I'm not that convinced that it's worth it. It is most definitely worth it for me to have a bunch of items that let me clear these fights quickly. So there are 4 corners of the Fire Temple, each of which have 4 different, well, the same actually, challenge, which is escape in a certain time limit. As with before, the music doesn't stop, and the timer doesn't stop as you enter combat. So it's on you to play well. Let's kill the Ruby with that. That numbness doesn't matter. Two of the areas in particular, it's possible to clear without getting into a single encounter, with some likelihood, in fact. For those two areas, well, I think it matters a lot more that I do the dance. I mean, like, these fights are pretty quick as opposed to the fights in Chapter 2. Because I can afford to have good items for them. But that doesn't mean that they aren't slow. And unfortunately, I don't really have... well, I don't have splits. I could add splits for each of the four corners, but then I have to waste time actually hitting the split button. So for example, here I'm not going to bother grinding because this fight is 3 steps away. And that honestly might be faster. I'm not even certain. Elowen doing some really good damage with her throws. I think she's probably a higher level than usual. Unlike in Chapter 2, if you fail this, you don't game over. You just get sent back to the entrance. There are, I think, about 6 or 7 random encounters you can get in this area. So a lot of playing these escape sequences quickly is just being familiar with the fastest way to take down each pattern of enemies. Knowing which characters deal the most damage to each type of enemy. Although Elowen technically has a limited quantity of really cold water, or water potions, she has 11. It's fundamentally an infinite number because you don't need to kill that many things. So this is the other escape sequence that can be a zero fight, but it's somewhat rare given that it's a little bit farther. And this is one of those unfortunate fights that takes more than one round. There is an argument to giving the boots to Gloria because she can do AoE water damage, but I don't think it's really worth it. There's also a very dumb argument for not healing in between these segments. I'm generally pretty opposed to that. Also, we are seeing the world saviors waiting at each of these. Foreshadowing of things to come. In the most direct and blatant way possible. So Ellen has 4 really cold waters left, and there's at most like 4 combat encounters left. And she might not even have to use them for every combat encounter. Solar Master's Vitality +1. Just a nice little helpful thing to have. Doesn't really matter. But. So this area, at absolute best, is a 1 fight. Most frequently is a 2 fight. Actually gonna have Gloria pass turn here because she can't one-shot the Magmazard. So Mardek's gonna have to attack anyways. If Mardek's gonna attack anyways, then just have him do it. A human skull. My favorite. Looks like a 1 fight. Oh, those were some really good fire challenges. Oops. Switch party members, Donovan, Mariador. Equip. Bunch of fire pendants. That's an earth pendant. What else do I need to equip? That. The thing I always forget. And a bunch of skills. Alright. Let's see if this fight goes well. It's not a particularly good start. Scary as always. That's real bad. Well, no, I guess it's not bad. Just seems sketchy. Donovan always survives that with 1 health, actually. But unfortunately, without a poison trigger, this fight's pretty slow. Speaking of pretty slow. Fine. Just die, please. Holy cow, dude. I'm so going to run out of MP here. Item I bought basically exactly for this purpose. Really cold water, yeah, it deals about 500 damage. He has about 30,000 health. It does approximately not enough anything. The poison trigger matters much more. Please stop killing my party. Oh, he's out of magic. That's fucking stellar. There we go. Yeah, Donovan mastering, that's a bad sign. It means this fight's been going way too long. Oh good, he killed him through a physical shield. Donovan's level is not super critical, though I would really rather he wasn't dead. Please don't kill my party. Please stop killing my party. Thank you. He's not gonna die in one round, unfortunately. Unless I get real lucky with this range. Thank you for missing. That would have been really unfortunate. Yep. Oh boy. That went perfectly. Can't you tell? Look at all the time I saved. Blah. Okay. Do the things I actually have to do. Okay, so I'm going to move one of these to Meriador. And I'm going to move one of these to Meriador. I guess I can do both. Just want to make sure I don't screw this up. No more healing items, right? No more healing items. Mardek's dangerously low on MP, which kind of stinks. Alright. I'm ready for it all to go crashing, all to come crashing down. The plan is complicated, but I think it will work. Let's go. So, start with a sleep. Okay. Perfect. Just fucking perfect. Let's try that again. Okay. Speedy juice. Directly through the shield. Completely useless. Okay, good to know. So the correct play is kill Bernard as fast as possible, and no exceptions. Meriador lived. Was Donovan not at full health? Donovan might not have been at full health. Might be an unfair critique. Please stay asleep, Bernard. You deal too much damage. Fine. You know what, Venny? You heal him for as much as you damn well like. be a slow fight again. But I have some time to spare. So it should be okay. Actually, I guess it's technically better to have him use this as an AoE. Oh, whoops. I guess it doesn't really matter if he sleeps there or not. Like, that sort of thing about the strat, it doesn't really feel that much more consistent in any useful way. Forgot who went where. Like, it definitely makes me feel safer, but I'm not sure it really helps the fight, in fact. I think the second ether really helped the fight. But I don't think anything else tremendously mattered. And it was really messing up my muscle memory, but that's not, of course, the fault of the strat. Gross. Now, I'll have to check again to see if that was actually useful against Bernard's attack. If it was, then that's correct, because Donovan being hurt is not a common occurrence. Want them in the order I'm familiar with. well then, it might be a useful strat. Definitely the Fire Guardian fight was really sloppy, and I should look into buying the second, look into buying a second Noxious Bomb to be used on that fight, just in case I need it. I'm pretty strongly of the opinion that Mardek should be the one throwing the Noxious Bombs, because Donovan and Solar both have utility roles that they can fill. But, like, they have things to do with extra turns, and Mardek doesn't really deal that much damage early. Same is true for the Muriance fight. So that's what I'm thinking about. And it also means I just don't have to move Noxious Bombs. They're just always on the same hero. Same character. Fortunately, Sslen'ck is pretty high level here, so this might not matter. And in fact, it didn't. Doesn't mean I didn't screw up this run real hard in a number of ways. This run has been bad menuing all over, and really good luck with encounters. I mean, it can still fail. There's still the king fight, of course, but probably it's going to be a PV, and probably I'm going to be unhappy with it. And probably that's okay. Hat. Not quite sword. Always the perfectionist? Yeah, it's funny the way I sort of want things to go not terribly. Good swing. I don't know that I have a remedy here. I guess I should look. I don't. I know. I didn't think you were laughing at me. Silence him again! That's a great idea now. Please stop using physical. Oh, he got blinded. Oh god. Bite that never ends. Good. He's still 2 hits away though. Yeah, I think casting a physical shield is probably worth doing if Mardek is alive. Given that all the healing is from spells. One more. Has to avoid stun and blindness. Such low odds to hit, but mostly he'll be fine because... Oh wow, actually got there. Mostly he'll be fine because all the attacks heal him, except for Dark Claw. Okay, well. Got there. Move. I hate you so much. Thank you. I have approximately 0 money. And it approximately doesn't matter at all, but it's kind of funny. This is the Muriance theme, which is why it sounds familiar. If you watch Chapter 2 runs, it's what you hear during the conversation with Muriance, right before the fight starts. So once again, I heard it a fair bit because Chapter 2 resets. Slight gold, but still a gold. Alright. There isn't that much that can go wrong during the Earth Temple. The worst part is Muriance, and I think I know a lot more of how to play that fight more safely. I think I'm... No, I'm not gonna try and salvage that sentence. I think Muriance will be fine. Remains to be seen, of course. Let's play Simon Says. Not with the Rogue Fairy. Rogue Fairy is a cheat. I misstepped, but it's fine. Of all the stones to misstep on, that's the best one, because all it does is replay the pattern. Just because I can screw these up, and if I do, it costs more time than just redoing the area, I'm going to take a save. Also because I've been saving like a maniac this run. God damn it, I did it again. If you tap a direction for 1 frame, you will change direction visibly, but you won't actually move. You won't actually take a step in that direction. And that happens sometimes, because I'm a dummy. Past the endless rows of chests. To the one that's not trapped. Right, top left, bottom right, bottom left, top right, top, left, bottom. Magic poker. Need to move one of these. Not there. Green beads, green beads, green beads. Green, green, green. I just picked them up. They're right there. Sorry. Okay, I don't need to do anything else. That should be it. That should be it. We'll see. Might just screw something up, as always. Didn't forget the air staff, which is usually what my problem is. Solar is supposed to have haste, and he's supposed to do it himself. I forgot that. Would probably be a reasonable thing for Mardek to do, actually, instead of Solar himself. But that's the route right now, and I'm not going to change it. Certainly not mid-run. Ow. 3,300? No, I'm not getting there this round. Close though. That's unfortunate. Okay, there's 3,300. Enemy, Solar. I think we're done with Spirit Grafts. On Charla. gonna graft Solar and Gloria here. Charla. Gloria. There. Boost Gloria here. Skip Mardek's turn. Double thumbs. Fight over. Okay. Could have been a bit cleaner, but worked out fine. Iron Spear. What else? What else? Fire. I have the Noxious Bombs on Mardek somewhere. I don't feel to see them. I have one on Solar. I need to use Charla's items. That should be it. It's not a lot of things to do. Oops. Way too late playing a dumb game. Was at least fun. That wasn't scary at all. What are you talking about? So Gloria misses her round there, which is unfortunate. But there isn't much to do about it. Mardek needs to start the physical shield train soon. Or not. Please don't KO. Thank you. Cookie clicker. Ah. Yeah. I agree. It's not that fun of a game. Yeah. I concur. It's not the sort of game I would expect you to be playing. Or expect you to really enjoy late at night. Alright, let's use this sweetie juice, because I need to. Otherwise this fight takes forever. Okay. So Mardek's job is shield, Solar's job is kill bandits, and Gloria's job is KO the crap out of everyone. Or reduce strength on everyone, which generally means that you don't deal any damage, which is really good. Pew. Okay, this fight seems like it's going okay. This is the last major thing that can go wrong, so I think we're in the clear. Hope we're in the clear, I'll put it that way. Certainly not the most helpful thing to have happen. That's what this noxious bomb is for. Just in case the little... He's not little. Just in case Muriance decides to shrug off the poison. Poison tick is so critical to this fight, as is it to the Fire Guardian fight, so I think it's going to be pretty important for both of them. That there's always a poison trigger, so I think that's the merit to buying the extra one. My health. Kill that. Kill that. Okay. Good job, Muriance. We're real proud of you. There's no longer any merit for anyone to attack except for Gloria, and Charla potentially can add null airs on people. That's it. That's a really good roll. It's the best you can get. This fight should go a little bit faster with Gloria dealing wildfire damage. Playing the game called Be Nice to All the People You Have to Be Nice to. What a terrible game. There's like no winning moves. Oh, I skipped the wrong character's turn. It'll be fine. Mardek. Gloria. Charla. Oh, all these 8s. Wildfire. Mardek passes. Second wildfire. In case he feels like trying to KO my party. Sketchy fight, but went basically as it should, so... Oops. Now just the end of the game. Return to whence we came for one last item, which probably is not worth the time it takes to get. But hey. It makes me feel much more comfortable. That's why I get it. And we need to buy nothing. Oh no, that's not true. We need to buy the morally questionable bottled fairy. There is actually a fairy shrine in the Dreamwood. It's to the left. I don't go there in this run because it's not really useful for anything. If you purchase these caged or trapped fairies and return them there, you get a pretty nice set of rewards. Magic Poke. Forgot I could skip all these fights. The enemies in this area are level 12, I think, which is not insignificant, but my average party level right now is about 18. So they don't exactly challenge me. Meriador, and Donovan. Oh, oops. I did actually want that skill. Oh, I should be using the save point that's in there. I'll make use of that save point if I screw up. Good. Good. Okay. The Sunbeam sucks, mostly just because it wastes time. That was a mistake. Which could have ended very poorly for me. Mardek gets attacked here, he does. Nope, he didn't. Scary. But I do need to start working on the king. No choice. The other reason why Pleasant Sunbeam is annoying is because it wakes everybody up. Now if Solar wakes up, if Solar Clone wakes up, then everybody's awake. Which again, much more waste time than is scary. Kill him! Yeah! Sleeping the king saves a bunch of time, so every time I get that, it's really good, because the king attacks are very, very scary. Leftoy moves behind Solar for some reason. It's just one of those weird quirks of the engine, the way it drew because Solar spawned in after the king, because the king spawned him. Solar's character is drawn in front, but it looks weird. I don't actually need reminders of these because I see the regen come up first. But it is good to remember what the order is for when I have to mash. Okay, well, I golded this fight. That's a fundamentally perfect fight. Like, a little bit of time could be shaved off, but that was a very good fight. Wow, what a depressing run. I'm gonna take a save later. I should be fine for this. I get the armor really early, so like I'm not really at risk. I also think I might be level 26. I didn't actually check. Or to actually equip the armor this time. Pressing? Well, I played really poorly. Like, I got lucky, but I played really poorly. Like, the fights went well, the routing feels pretty clean now, but I don't feel like I played well. I just feel like things went right. Which, of course, is gonna happen. I went to stuff like using items I'm not supposed to, and having to improvise on a lot of fights because of it. Yeah, I think I'm level 26. Because I didn't get into any fights I couldn't skip. No, I'm not. Well, I got lucky. Go figure. That was not the button I meant to push. Not punish. Fortunately. Is my first breakdown. It's really the only breakpoint, nothing else actually. Like the 4800 doesn't really matter. thing that I'm worried about is them casting Physical Shield either on themselves or on Qualna. On themselves is frustrating, on Qualna is really bad. Heal is basically irrelevant. I prefer that they hit me than that they heal, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, clone's down. With no shield. So this run is all set to PB. Unless I die to the zombie actor. Which has happened once. Because I misplayed. And just chose not to heal. Alright, next breakpoint is 4800, at which point Qualna will cast haste. But I don't really care because all of his attacks deal pittances of damage. Still, ooh, a crit. It's a really good crit. So it's a moment in time when critting is a big deal. I have a spell shield up. I have a shield that means 30% of all magic attacks miss. So I'm only really worried about his physical attacks, and I'm not really worried about his physical attacks. It's a cold Qualna fight. Like, I'm playing well, fine. I made a mistake during that fight. I got a very clean fight that went very well. I mean, I'm playing faster. Like, that's a lot of where some of this time save is coming from. Just menuing better and knowing the route better, but making the mistakes feels very bad. Still a PB, and I might still just take a break for a bit. Because getting a PB is nice. It does have most of the route improvements that I wanted to put in, so. Saving. Always saving. It's a heart with a pink haircut. Interesting. I can't say I was expecting to see you have that emote, but that also seems apt. Why are you going first? What? Huh? That's not supposed to happen. Game realized it was doing something wrong. Whatever. Do I think you have pink hair? No, I don't think you have pink hair. But you seem like, of the people I know, the sort of person who would have pink hair. Of the people I know, the only one of them who would have pink hair. Phrase that correctly. Hit yourself, attaboy. This is where it gets scary! Oh, good. Doesn't actually attack. And hits himself. Never mind. Didn't die to the zombie actor. Okay. Well, that's a run. wasting a little bit of time here. I don't know. It's a commentary. It's not an insult. I promise. GitHub? Documents. GitHub. What was the IGT? Let's see. 214. 58. Pretty good. Pretty damn good.